No nonsense gin drinking. All gin, no nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. I am Bobby Freeman. Welcome back to my humble studio actually I always say that, don't I? It's my mighty studio in southeast London, where I'm going to be bringing you kind of an old friend. Is it an old friend? It's not really, it's the sort of person you only met once, but you consider them a friend and you feel like you've known them forever. Anyway, I'll stop gabbling and tell you exactly what it is. It is Larios 12 Gin. Now, my more eagle-eyed viewers amongst you will remember, or eager-memoried viewers amongst you will remember, I did the original Larios upon request from my subscribers and viewers, because it's a very popular gin, I believe, with my friends in Spain, or España. Well, the good old senors and senoritas at Larios have produced, well, I think they produced it anyway, but they've, I've got my hands on a bottle of what I believe to be their premium product. Now, Larios, for those of you who don't remember, Larios was the cheapest gin I've ever had on the show. Proper bargain basement, £9 here in the UK, and you literally can't get any cheaper. And it was fine. It was all right, nothing wrong with it, bog standard, no frills gin. And for that price, I was very, very happy. So it stands to reason I'm very, very excited about this one, because it's basically, as the name suggests, or the number suggests, it's got 12 botanicals in there. And I'm kind of sort of drawing a parallel between the standard Tanqueray and the Tanqueray 10 up here. So that's obviously got a pretty high bar to jump up and leap over, if that's not too weird an analogy. But you never know, my friends. You never bloody well know. So I say, let's fanny around no longer, find out what they say about it on the old website, shall we? Unfortunately, once again, as with the last time, I can't actually find the website. I don't know if it's hidden in some sort of Spanish corner of the internet. I don't know. So I've had to rely on my good old friends at a website called Master of Malt. Mind you, I call them my friends. I reached out to them to see if I could get some sort of discount, because obviously I order a lot of gins. Did they get back to me? Did they? Buggery, my friends. That's a rather unpleasant phrase, but what phrase? A rather unpleasant phrase, still uttered by the rather more politically unsound members of the UK community. Anyway, here we go. So a Spanish gin. Oh, can I do my Spanish? Oh no, I can't do a Spanish accent, can I? Oh, sorry to disappoint you there. I could give it a go, but honestly, I've got nothing to draw on. See, I haven't watched many things with Spanish accents in it. I suppose Manuel from Fawlty Towers, but again, he wasn't actually Spanish, so I don't think that's a good example to leave from. So I'll just do it in my normal accent. A Spanish gin made using 12 botanicals, which are distilled 5 times. They distill them 5 times. Is that really necessary? Blimey. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Larios 12 is made with botanicals including, now here we go, here's the 12. So it's wild juniper, nutmeg, angelica root, coriander, Mediterranean lemon, orange, tangerine, mandarin, clementine, grapefruit, lime, and orange blossom. So that is a hell of a lot of citrus. That's pretty much every goddamn citrus fruit that actually exists, I think, is in there. They've crammed every single one in there. So I'm guessing, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is going to be a citrus forward one, okay? So, which is fine by me, as you know, because I love an orangey and a lemony gin. So is there anything more about there? Just a little bit of nonsense that the guy that's written this? No, I don't think so. Let's crack on and get the fellow open, my friends. So then, no cork to it. It's a very pleasing sort of narrow bottle. And look at that beautiful sort of blue bottle. It's very, very pleasing. I like that very much. So, I do like that crack, crack sound when you get that out. So, in the old glass, and the old nose is, well, going in. I'm not sure, I think I ran out of batteries there. Nose is going in. Here we go. Wow. Just, to be honest, it's kind of as we expected, really. That is an absolute truckload, a juggernaut laden with citrus, smashing into your nostrils and just bursting while it's up there. Which again, doesn't sound particularly pleasant, but I can assure you it is. It's just, oh man, it's kind of, you can't pick out any one particular citrus, but they've all melded together. I'm not sure if meld is a word, apparently that's a made up one. It's a mixture of melt and weld? I'm not sure, I didn't think that through. Anyway, they're all kind of mixed together and kind of make a gorgeous kind of, you can imagine the sort of thing. I mean, I know I'm supposed to tell you, but imagine you put all those sort of fruits in a blender, whizzed it up, and you smelt it. it's going to smell like that, basically. I think you can imagine that. So then, my friends, let's get the time. And I have, by the way, must stop the show. Hold on, hold the phone, shut the front door, and all those things that the kids say. Because I have exciting news on the show, and that is, my regular viewers will know that right from the beginning of the show, I've always used Fever Tree tonic water because it is just the best. And I've been trying desperately to find something as good as it, but cheaper, and I failed until now, because this, my friends, is Marks and Spencer's Indian tonic water. It's a British brand, Marks and Spencer's. I think it's in Europe as well. I don't think it's made it elsewhere yet. However, if you can get a hold of this, I've just realised I've forgotten what the price of it was. Hang on a second. Oh yeah, that's right. It's £1.65 over here, which is only, it's minutely, I think the Fever Tree is about £2 now. So it is a decent bit, it's a fair amount cheaper. So, good news for this channel and for me because I pay for it all. And bad news for Fever Tree because you won't be getting any custom out of me, you bastards. Anyway, let's not clang around. Let's get it in the, almost lost the top there. We all just about retained it, never mind. So here we go, a little bit going about that much, I reckon. That looks good to me. What's the ABV? I almost forgot from a man, Sean Caesar Good in Texas, who always gets very annoyed when I don't say what the ABV is. 40%, little bit on the weaker side, but we don't worry too much because it is still a cheap gin, even though I haven't revealed the price to you yet. So here we go, my friends. Cheers to everyone watching at home, and cheers, of course, to all my Patrons and YouTube members who pay for the gin on this show. And, well, cheers to everybody, including myself and my neighbour and his dachshund Colin. That was a long one today, wasn't it? Right, here we go, straight in the mouth. Wow. Wow. Oh, man alive. Look how hard I'm banging the desk today. That must be a good sign. Wow, gin lovers. Wow. This is kind of one of those ones that it gives you exactly what it delivered in the aroma, which is always kind of good because it's always disappointing when it doesn't do that. It promises something in aroma and then doesn't give it in the taste. This is not one of those. It's just bags and bags and bags. And I'm not talking small bags, I'm talking huge, like sort of garbage refuse bags. Those sort of things you get a ton of sand delivered in. Great big bags of gorgeous, fruity, like juicy citrus. It's like a fruit salad. It's like a tropical sort of smoothie in gin guise, if you can imagine such a thing. And it's kind of doing it with all those flavours in there. You'd think it'd be a little bit kind of, a little bit pretentious, airy-fairy, which is fine. There's plenty of place for that on this show, believe me. But it delivers it in a kind of a simple but delicate and elegant way, but ultimately simple. It just kind of wallop, there's the flavour, swallow, it's gone, boom, let's have another one. There's not too much going on in the aftertaste, and there's not too much depth in there despite all those flavours. They're actually kind of working in a beautiful, which I always say, a beautiful kind of balanced harmony. That's when you know you got a good gin. It's all about balancing things. As you'd expect, not too much of a hit of the ABV, but I tell you what, makes it very, very easy to drink. I could just, oh man, it's just pure good. It's a perfect build. They built perfectly on the last Larios, which was a no-nonsense, just gin. No frill, literally no frills at all, just gin. They've kind of just teased a few flavours out of that, quite a lot of flavours actually, but still the base is just a core, classic, no frills gin. In fact, you know what? That's just, I'm glad I kind of likened it to the, from Larios to Larios 12 to the Tanqueray to the Tanqueray 10, because that's a perfect, I wonder what that was then for a second. It's a perfect parallel to draw because that one as well was much more citrusy. They used real citrus fruits rather than the dried peels in that one. I don't know if they did in this one, but whatever they did, it kind of reminds me of it. The same kind of eking out of the flavours. So, good work. I was hoping that might make a bit more of a slap. There we go. Good work, Larios. So let's give it a little go neat, shall we? I don't think it's going to be quite as good personally, but for all my neat drinkers out there. Ooh. Kind of a little bit more kick than I'd imagined actually for 40%. But again, as I say, with a lot of these gins, to me the flavours don't seem to sing quite as much as when you let them loose in that tonic. So neat gin drinkers, go for your life. I know I have many that watch this show and they're constantly telling me I should not put tonic in there, but personally, again, as always on this show, or as very often on this show, that's making a much more enjoyable gin tonic than a neat one, in my humble opinion. So then, gin lovers, the big question, which I believe, and I'm fairly sure is on everyone's lips, is how much does this cost? Because as I quoted earlier, the original Larios was an extraordinarily cheap gin, the cheapest I've ever featured on this show. In fact, I don't think we'll ever get one cheaper than that. Maybe we'll, I don't know. But I can confirm to you today that this one cost me, here in the UK, 16 of my English pounds, which is a bit more than the last one. But as you'd expect, you're getting a lot more than the last one. To give you an idea, that's about $21 or 18 euros. So again, you will struggle, even if it's obviously more than the last Larios, but still at that price, you're going to struggle to get anything as nice and as enjoyable for such a low price. So gin lovers, so I know this one is available in Europe. I don't know if it's available in America or sort of further abroad, my other sort of territories, Australia, Canada. I've got about 60 different countries that watch this show, but if you ever see it, this has got to be, if not only for the beautiful blue bottle, then surely for the amazing price, and obviously because the just sheer enjoyment. It's just a nice kind of fruity, sweet, just enjoyable fun gin to drink. And it's so nice to know that there are, like I've said before, you don't have to spend huge money to get really good gin. It's nice to know there's somewhere out there that, you know, if you've got a few less, I was going to say quid, that's a British colloquialism, a few less coins, notes, you haven't got much money, you find yourself a bit short. At the moment, you know, you never know what's going on, the world's in a weird place. It's nice to know that there are really cheap gins out there that are not even, you've got the basic bod standard no thrills, but some, they're actually genuinely brilliant. So I say to my friends Larios, keep up the good work. So guys, that's me done for another day. I hope you found this video informative and useful and helpful, and I hope it's changed your life immeasurably. If indeed it has, don't forget as always to press the like button on the video as well as the bell icon so you get notified when my new videos come out. And if you wanted to support the show, you head over to, I've forgotten where you go to, oh yes, over to my Patreon page, or indeed click the button below this video to join my YouTube members. But until next time guys, it's a pleasure talking to you. You all know the drill. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you to all my patrons and YouTube members that make this channel possible, and keep drinking the gin. Ooh, I'm gonna have a red mark there now.